Have you ever looked at a painting, a building, or even a logo and felt a mix of admiration, confusion, or inspiration? Art and design are everywhere, shaping how we experience the world. But understanding what makes them powerful can transform the way you see and create. What makes a piece of art compelling or a design effective? And how can you apply those principles yourself? Welcome to HowExpert Tip of the Day, where we bring you real-world tips from our how-to guides on all topics from A to Z. If you want to learn even more in-depth strategies, examples, and techniques on this topic, check out HowExpert Guide to Art and Design, available at Amazon, Audible, Barnes & Noble, Google, Kobo, Apple, Spotify, and all major bookstores as an ebook, paperback, hardback, and audiobook. At its core, art and design are about communication through visual language. While art often focuses on expression, emotion, and interpretation, design emphasizes purpose, function, and clarity. Both, however, rely on the same fundamental elements: color, form, composition, and balance to engage the viewer. Understanding these principles helps you appreciate works more deeply, create more effectively, and interact with the visual world in a meaningful way. First, let's explore the role of color and contrast. Color isn't just aesthetic, it communicates mood, hierarchy, and focus. Warm colors like red and orange evoke energy or urgency, while cool colors like blue and green suggest calm or stability. In design, contrasting colors guide the eye to key elements, like how a red Buy Now button stands out on a website. Recognizing color's impact allows you to understand why certain visuals feel compelling or harmonious. Second, consider composition and layout. How elements are arranged influences how a viewer experiences the work. In visual art, the rule of thirds or focal points can guide the eye naturally through the piece. In graphic design, thoughtful layout ensures readability and impact. For example, an advertisement with cluttered text and imagery may confuse the audience, while a clean, balanced layout communicates clearly. The takeaway: composition shapes perception, whether in art or design. Third, let's talk about form, shape, and line. Lines can convey movement, stability, or direction. Shapes can define objects or evoke abstract ideas. Think of how a minimalist design uses simple, geometric forms to create elegance, or how a dynamic painting uses diagonal lines to suggest action. Paying attention to these elements deepens your understanding of both aesthetic choices and emotional responses. Fourth, we examine texture and material. In painting, sculpture, or interior design, texture adds depth and sensory engagement. A rough canvas may feel raw and emotional, while polished glass communicates sophistication and modernity. In digital design, simulated textures or patterns create interest and dimension. Observing texture teaches you how artists and designers engage multiple senses, even visually. Fifth, let's discuss balance and harmony. Whether creating a painting or a brand identity, visual balance ensures that no single element overwhelms another. Symmetry can evoke stability, while asymmetry creates tension and intrigue. The Mona Lisa's subtle balance of form and background draws viewers effortlessly to her enigmatic expression. The key insight: balance is both an aesthetic and psychological principle that guides viewer experience. Sixth, consider concept and storytelling. Great art and design convey more than visuals. They tell a story or express an idea. Banksy's street art conveys social and political commentary with minimal text or imagery, while a well-designed logo communicates a brand's identity instantly. Recognizing the narrative behind the visuals allows you to appreciate intent and meaning, not just style. Seventh, think about audience and purpose. Every piece of design or artwork exists in a context. Who is it for, and why does it exist? A children's book illustration uses bright colors and playful shapes, while an architectural blueprint prioritizes function and clarity. Understanding the audience and purpose enhances both creation and interpretation. To bring these points together, imagine walking through an art museum or scrolling a well-designed website. Your attention moves intentionally through compositions, guided by color, shape, texture, and balance. You feel the emotional resonance of paintings and the functional clarity of designs. By noticing these elements, you unlock the story behind each creation and see the principles in action. When we summarize, art and design are more than decoration. They are tools for communication, emotion, and storytelling. Mastering their principles helps you create with purpose, interpret with insight, and interact with the visual world in a richer, more informed way. Here's a thought to remember. Every line, color, and form has a reason. See it, understand it, and you'll see the world with new eyes. For even more tips, techniques, and practical examples on this topic, check out HowExpert Guide to Art and Design, available at Amazon, Audible, Barnes & Noble, Google, Kobo, Apple, Spotify, and all major bookstores as an ebook, paperback, hardback, and audiobook. HowExpert publishes how-to guides on all topics from A to Z. Visit howexpert.com to learn more.